My dear child, I see the sorrow in your heart. I know that you are grieving, that the pain of loss weighs heavy upon your soul. Losing someone you love deeply is one of the hardest experiences you can face. The ache in your heart, the emptiness left behind, the longing for one more conversation, one more hug, these are all signs of the love that you shared. The loss of a grandparent, someone who has been a guiding light in your life, is especially difficult. They were there for you, watching you grow, sharing their wisdom, their stories, their love. Now it feels like a piece of your heart has been taken away. But I am here to remind you that though they are no longer with you in the way they once were, they are not truly gone. The love they gave you, the memories you shared, and their spirit live on. I know it is hard to imagine a world without them, but I want to comfort you in this time of grief. Your grandparent lived a life that touched many hearts, including yours. They left behind a legacy of love, and that love will never fade. It lives on in you, in the lessons they taught you, in the way they made you feel cherished and safe. It's okay to feel the sadness, the longing, and even the anger that comes with loss. I understand the depth of your pain. When I walked the earth, I wept at the loss of my friend Lazarus, even knowing that death was not the end. Grief is not a sign of weakness, my dear child. It is a reflection of how deeply you loved. And though you are hurting now, I want to assure you that I am with you in your pain. You do not have to carry it alone. You may wonder where your loved one is now, and I want to remind you of the hope that I have given you. Your grandparent is with me in a place where there is no more suffering, no more pain, no more tears. They are at peace, wrapped in the fullness of my love. They are not far away. They are closer to you than you know, watching over you with love and pride. If they could speak to you now, they would want you to know that they are okay. They would tell you that they are free from the limitations of this world, free from sickness, from pain, from worry. They are filled with joy, a joy that cannot be fully understood in this life, but one that you too will one day experience. Your grandparent would want you to remember the happy moments you shared together. They would want you to smile when you think of them, not because the pain isn't real, but because they want you to know that love is stronger than death. The bond you shared, the love you gave and received, that can never be taken away. It transcends time and space, and though you cannot see them now, they are still with you in spirit. Forgiveness is the key to overcoming anger. I know how difficult it can be to forgive those who have hurt you. It may feel like letting them off the hook, like allowing injustice to prevail. But forgiveness is not about excusing someone's actions. It is about freeing yourself from the prison of anger and resentment. When you forgive, you are not saying that what happened was okay. You are choosing to release the power it holds over you. Forgiveness does not mean you have to forget or that the pain will immediately disappear. It means that you are choosing not to let that pain control you anymore. It means that you are trusting me to heal the wounds, to restore what was broken, and to bring justice in my own time. When you forgive, you are choosing to walk in freedom, rather than in the chains of bitterness and anger. I understand that there are things in this world that make you angry, things that seem unjust, cruel, or unfair. And I want you to know that I see these things too. I am not blind to the injustices in this world, but I am calling you to respond differently. I'm calling you to be a light in the darkness, to be an instrument of my peace in a world that so desperately needs it. Do not let anger harden your heart. Do not let it close you off to the love and compassion that I have placed within you. Anger, when it is unchecked, leads to isolation. It drives a wedge between you and others, making it harder for you to experience the fullness of love that I have for you. My dear child, I know that there are times when you feel justified in your anger, and I am not asking you to deny your feelings, but I am asking you to trust me with them. When you feel that anger rising within you, take a moment to pause, to breathe, and to bring it to me. Let me carry the burden for you. Let me show you the way of peace. There is a freedom that comes when you choose to let go of anger. It is a freedom that allows you to live with an open heart, to experience joy even in the midst of difficult circumstances. to love even when it's hard. This is the life I have called you to, a life of peace, of love, of freedom from the chains of anger and resentment. I know that there are moments when you feel overwhelmed by anger, when it seems like the only response. But I want you to know that there is always another way. My spirit lives within you, and with my spirit comes the power to choose peace, even in the face of provocation. You are not bound by your anger. You have the power to overcome it. When you feel anger taking hold of your heart, I want you to remember this. You are not defined by your emotions. You are not a slave to your anger. You are a child of God, and I have given you the strength to rise above the things that try to drag you down. When you feel anger taking hold of your heart, I want you to remember this. You are not defined by your emotions. You are not a slave to your anger. You are a child of God, and I have given you the strength to rise above the things that try to drag you down. You don't have to fight every battle. You don't have to respond to every offense. Sometimes the greatest act of strength is choosing to walk away, choosing to let go, choosing to trust that I will make things right in my time. I am calling you to a life of peace, a peace that is not dependent on your circumstances, but that flows from your relationship with me. The more time you spend in my presence, the more you will be filled with my peace, and the less room there will be for anger in your heart. Let my peace fill you. Let it wash over you, calming your spirit, quieting your mind. In my peace, you will find the strength to respond with love, even in difficult situations. You will find the wisdom to know when to speak and when to remain silent. You will find the grace to forgive, even when it is hard. You do not have to carry the weight of anger any longer. Lay it down at my feet. Trust me with the hurts, the frustrations, the injustices. I see it all, and I will bring healing. I will bring restoration. I will bring peace. Go in peace, and let my love guide your heart. Choose peace over anger, forgiveness over bitterness, and love over all things. For in love you will find the freedom your heart desires, and in peace you will find the life you were created to live.